What's up, everybody? Brian Wagner, lead content creator at Dragzine. We are here at No Prep Kings in Columbus, Ohio, National Trail Raceway. And I've been to a few of these events, got to document a lot of cool stuff, and I kind of decided, this go around, let's do almost like an episode of Embedded, if you will. And my subject will be none other than Mr. Disco Dean Karns. Known Dean for a while, Ohio boy, done the 10K drag shootout with him, so we're going to kind of follow along, tag along with Dean throughout the weekend so you can kind of get a sense of what it's like to be a street outlaw. All right, so we're doing a little bit of a fun, embedded behind the scenes deal with a no prep weekend with Disco Dean.
Hey, in the flesh.
In the flesh. Now, Dean, people for years have gotten to see what's on camera and kind of what happens off camera, but this is going to be more of an expose of what it's really like to be a no prep king.
Behind the scenes of no prep kings, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, y'all just kind of got here today, first day before first round, you just get in the car ready. What do you guys typically do? What's that like?
Well, as you've seen, obviously you got some B-roll footage. We have completely disassembled this thing from the crankshaft back, basically. We're changing transmission gear ratios. We're changing fuel system. We're changing tires. We made wicker bills off the side. We tucked the quarter panels in. We've made a lot of changes this weekend for my home track. Hopefully, all the knowledge that we have gained over the first 3 races, this will put us in the winner's circle. We've seen things that made the car ill-handled. As you've seen last week, I about crashed the cars up on 2 wheels. I don't like that feeling. It's a terrible feeling. You're doing almost 200 mile an hour in the cones and it slides sideways and goes a little airborne. I don't like it. So we're trying to control the aerodynamics of the car, which we didn't know we had a problem with, but now we put our finger pointed to exactly what it is, and hopefully it will fix a lot of our problems down track.
And that's just part of the deal, because I got some footage. This experience in No Prep Kings is also about the fans. You're over there kissing babies,
yes,
signing people.
Yeah,
the whole deal.
Everybody makes money and everybody has a budget, and if somebody wants to come and watch these, you can get VIP, Rockstar VIP, you can get general admission. I'll sit right there and sign everybody's stuff. Don't matter who you are. I wait in line. I'm sitting there. I'm usually out there 2 to 3 hours a day in the morning, and then once I lose, if I lose this weekend, I'll be out there signing until everybody's gone. I just like a little bit of time in the middle to concentrate on racing, make the car go. Obviously, these things don't have a brain. They can't think for themselves. Somebody has to actually come over here and work on this, help tune it, do all the stuff. And when I'm in race mode, I like to do that. Then afterwards, I sign, take care of all the fans. And I'm just blessed. I have so many fans, and I even have a line that people want to come and see me.
So now you've kind of gone through we'll call it the pre-race deal. I'll catch up with you in the lanes, kind of get your thoughts and feelings before you make a hit so people can see that.
Okay.
And then they'll get to see, I think, we'll after the run, we'll kind of go through that, see what happens. And like I said, we'll make this as real as it gets.
Yeah, we'll get you in with Jesse and Decker, which are my 2 main crew guys. You can see the routine maintenance they do in between rounds. We have a 45-minute turnaround from the time the last car goes down to the first car goes down again. So everything is now a hustle on this live setup. So they bust their ass to get this car turned around. You guys will get to see exactly how it happens.
All right, well, we'll check with you later, man.
Thank you.
All right. We got someone that's camera shy, right?
Yeah, he's camera shy. My crew guy's camera shy.
So we got our first round here, getting the lanes.
Yep.
What's the prep like for you guys when you're up here getting ready to make a hit?
As you know, we made tons of changes. So the main thing is here to make a full pull, because we're one of the first 4 pairs. We drew chip 1, so we're going up fairly early because the track conditions will be similar. The main thing is to make a full pull here, get a lot of data, know where we can add power, where we can't add power, see the bumps in the track, how to set the suspension. So, it's not a matter of how fast we go here, just as long as we make it from the starting line to the finish line under full power and go straight. That's the main thing right here on the first pass.
So essentially this is an intel mission to set the table for everything else you got to do.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this will tell us how we can prepare for battle.
All right, well, get at it. We'll see what happens.
You got it.
All right, Dean went through and made the pass. It looked like it was an A to B, but is there a but there? Did you get what you needed?
Well, we got a lot of information. Sorry, I'm trying to do this at the same time here.
Do your deal, man.
Basically, the car made the trip. Amen. That's the first thing. Everything worked. It shifted. It drove fairly straight. It was good down low early, but right before the shift and after the shift, the bumps unloaded the chassis, started dancing around, sashaying back and forth. I was able to drive it through. Before, sometimes I would steer and the car wouldn't react to the steering I was doing. So we were able to do that. Now, the tune-up was a little slow to make sure that we would make the full trip. Now we find the bad areas, band-aid those bad areas, and then the good areas we stuff more timing and less fuel, more timing to it in those sections, try to get through those good areas quicker, and then kind of coast through the bad areas to the finish line, basically. So that's what we're working on now.
So it's a lot like doing body work. You find those bad areas, you got to sand down and leave those nice areas alone, right?
Yeah, you paint it all one color, then you take your sandbar and go down there and you see high, low, high, low. So the same thing with the surface of the track. You can apply power when it's flat and smooth, and when you come to a bump, it unloads the chassis. Tires try to spin, but when the weight comes back down, tries to hook the tire back up. So you want to just glide over those sections and keep the car planted through that section instead of dancing around, basically.
Well, you got what you needed. We'll let you get back to tickling the keys. We'll go out and see what the boys are doing outside, and we'll talk to you in the lanes, man.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Looks like Dean's making some last-minute adjustments here in the lanes. What we got?
Obviously, the sun is setting, so you have to chase the weather. Obviously, it was really hot, really slimy, really greasy. The motor doesn't need a lot of fuel. Once the sun goes down and the ambient temperature goes down and the track temperature goes down, the car will have more bite, the car will make more power. The car's making more power, it needs more fuel. So we chase that air the whole time, constantly. For every 100 feet of air, we put another thou of jet in it. So that's what we're doing right now. It dropped substantially, right? I'd say at least 4 to 5 degrees.
Oh, you can feel it.
Yeah, so we need to adjust that and make sure we got a main jet in it that'll be right where we need to take place, because you want to keep the fuel system the same in the heat and in the cool air. You don't want to make big changes and leave a bunch of fuel in the motor for no reason, because then it gets unhappy. So as long as it has the constant same fuel pressure, same tune-up like that, and you chase that with the hot air and the cold air, then the motor runs the same, and then it's just how you control the surface traction and timing.
And that's how you keep the insides on the inside from being outside.
Yes, we don't want rods to leave under their own power.
No, no unscheduled disassemblies.
No, we don't want rods to not pay rent and kick themselves out whenever they want. You don't want that to happen.
Well, you keep tickling the keys, and we'll see you after the run, man.
Thank you. What you got, Jesse?
75 and
Dean, that hit looked like it was down Broadway again.
Yeah,
so
it was better in certain areas and then worse in other areas. So again, you get greedy in the good sections and then you try to coast through the bad sections. So we got a little over greedy in some spots, and then we're still a little greedy in the bad spots. It still made the full trip. Obviously, Kayla beat us. It was probably about a car length difference, so we know she's really fast. But we have made 2 non-aborted runs, and there's not a lot of cars making full passes right now. Realistically, less than 10 cars made full trips. So that's saying something. But now we need to figure out how to get it faster in those sections and me still be able to drive it through the finish line. It's shaking out there in the middle a little bit. There's some bumps upsetting the chassis. Goes into tire spin. It's kind of hard to drive, but it's not terrible, but it's not great either. So we're going to adjust those areas, try to carry more wheel speed earlier to the bad spots, coast through those bumps a little bit, then get aggressive afterwards when the chassis settles down, and try to wring its neck out there a little bit.
There we go. First round coming up. We'll see if Dean can make that into that winner's bracket.
Thank you.
they need to be the taper.
All right, Jesse, it's about that time. How you feeling about this?
Oh, I'm feeling great. We made it A to B twice, so I think we're in good shape.
That's what Dean was saying. You know, you're getting better where it needs to be. Still struggling in some spots, but you guys are, again, I'm up here watching this. You're one of the very few cars making full pulls consistently.
I would assume this should be our quickest pass of the weekend so far, up till now. If it goes A to B and it's our quickest pass of the weekend, then we got a really good shot here.
And then you got good data for tomorrow when it's hot too. So
yeah.
You guys are definitely it's what's the word? It's where you want to be in sequence, in cadence, where you're not behind the 8 ball, right?
Oh, for sure. And we've been behind the 8 ball for way too much already this year. But we keep making strides, getting closer, changing new things. We can't keep doing the same thing over and over, where they say that's the definition of insanity.
Yeah.
No, we need to come out here and make some changes and get better every day.
Well, hopefully this is your quickest run, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.
here, day 2, and looks like was it carnage or?
No, just routine maintenance for a screw blower. Like, you build a brand new set of headers. Larry built those headers at Houck Fab, and you get realistically about a half a season on them before they start cracking and breaking. No matter who builds them, there's just so much harmonics through them, even with the hangers. So you're just constantly chasing cracks if you don't have 2 sets. The proper thing is to have 2 sets of them. So when one cracks, you pull the other one off, put the other one in, and then repair them. So we're constantly just fixing them up because they're a year and some change old.
So last night, you got the round win.
Yes, right now it's a major accomplishment because in the winner's bracket you get 10 points, and in the loser's bracket you only get 3. And obviously Ryan Martin went out. He's above us in points, so that's good for us, bad for Ryan. But this is how you make progress and keep up in the top 10 of the points. The main thing is you have to be top 16 before the final 4 races, because only the top 16 are going to No Prep Elite on those last 4 races for $150,000.
And let's make a note here. You know, I was up there shooting for a while, and I came back to grab you guys.
Yeah.
And I know it's a good sign when the crew is eating dinner and the driver can't be found and the car isn't yard sale laying all over.
That means everything went textbook, basically. I went out there, signed autographs, walked around, did some autographs and stuff. The guys obviously did a great job, so they were celebrating having food. And, I'm on a weight loss kick, so I try not to eat late right now. I usually do, but I really want to get a hometown win here. I mean, I haven't won a No Prep Kings event on a Saturday yet, ever. I've won the Friday night stuff. I won the team attack stuff, but I have not won a main event on Saturday for 40 or 50 grand. So I want to try to do it here in basically one of my hometown tracks.
Well, good to see that it was a good hit. Do your tune-up deal. We'll watch Mr. Jesse here for a second do some welding, and we'll catch up with you later.
You got it.
Well, how much this one I want film. We're kind of chasing my tail here, but that's all right.
Yeah, no, it's all. I need some B-roll stuff, but again, it's I like being able to again show the stuff that people don't necessarily see on TV. What maintenance between rounds and whatnot. So there we go. We'll catch up with these cats later in the stage lanes and see what tune-up they've loaded up in the car a little bit later.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, well, Dean just cooked my hearing.
Yeah, that's what screw blowers do.
Yeah, happy noises. So kind of walk us through what you guys kind of do there is when you're warming it up like that.
Well, basically we did an oil change. We had 6 or 7 passes on the oil. The oil pressure starts to the oil gets thin and it's hot out. It's going to be 80 degrees today. So we only put 6 passes on oil, pull it out, put new oil in. So we did an oil change. We'll make sure we have no leaks, no oil lines leaking. Transmission, we want to check the level of the transmission. So we bring the RPMs up, he checks it, make sure everything's good on that. And then obviously you don't want to have any leaks of fuel, oil, anything like that. Get the motor up to temperature, operating where it's going to be racing the rest of the day. Get the converter, get the brakes warmed up. You drag the carbon brakes a lot because cold carbon brakes do not stop, but they get hot quick. So it can go from nothing to stopping really quick instantly. So I drag the brake through the warm up, get the back brakes hot so it'll hold the car for the first time. When you go to hit the brakes, it's not real touchy. But everything, check, make sure the booster's right, fuel pressure's right, make sure it's firing on all 8, make sure nobody put plug wires on backwards, and obviously your biggest thing is no leaks so you can get shut off. Everything seemed to be textbook there, and we should be ready for first round.
So at this point, it's throw some race gas in it, make sure she's charged up, and then it's a party time, right?
That's it. We got our Fuel Factory methanol in there keeping us alive today, and hopefully we can make 4 rounds out of today and make it to the final here in my hometown.
There we go. We'll see what's going on later, man.
Thank you.
You know, the hole that rolled over the gasket.
Mama, you got to interview my mom.
All right, there we go. Winners get sprinkles and interviews.
Hey, everybody. This is my
Dad's
mama.
here, too. Dad's
Dad's
here,
here too. So anyway, that was first round win. Obviously, this point series for $150,000 this year. It's major to just win rounds. It don't matter how many rounds you go, as long as you go 1, 2, 3 each event and keep up in that top 16. As soon as you miss 1 or 2 and you can't make the first round, you're in the losers bracket and you can only accumulate 3 points. You can't advance. You can't stay in that top 16. So obviously, my main goal is I want to win this race. We're in my home state of Ohio. I got a lot of fans here. My mom's here. My dad's here. So we're going to try to knock down 3 more rounds of this stuff.
That looked like a pretty good look, man, from down here.
Yes, it was good. It was greasy and hot. We knew it. We spiced it up just a little bit, but we thought we had a chance if we had to pedal, it would be all right, but I don't want to pedal. I want to make a full pull. It made the trip, but man, it was dancing around 400 feet on. It's just bumpy. It's loose. It's greasy. It's going to be the hottest run of the day, but we made the trip, so now we'll just go back and learn some more.
That's no prep racing, right?
That's it. Welcome to No Prep.
There you go, man.
Can you throw a flag for Canadian? So you're from Canada. That explains it. You feel like a Canadian, eh?
Boom.
Yeah.
We are locked and loaded for, is this round, we're 3 now?
Quarterfinals. This is quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals.
Down
This
to
is
8.
Almost money time, getting close to it, right?
Yeah. We obviously drew Bobby to Cody. There's a lot. There's nothing but heavy hitters left. Murder Nova, Giuseppe, Swanstrom, Jimmy Taylor, Rob Roberts. Kayla Morton. It's a tough crowd out here. So you just take this race 1 round at a time, and you race your opponent. Hopefully, you get your win light to come on, and then come back, address what type of issues there was, where you can get faster, where you got to slow it down, and just make those adjustments.
What'd you guys do after last round? Anything major, or is it just?
No, just tweaking, just try to pick up a 100th or 2 here every pass and chip away, and hopefully after 4 passes you pick up 800 or a 10th.
That's got to be, as a racer, an awesome place to be, where you don't have to. You're making small steps rather than going, oh crap, how we,
Correct. I still don't feel we have the fastest car here by any means, but as of right now, I feel we have the most consistent car. We've made a pass every single time, knock on wood, and we just want to continue making good passes and just going a little bit faster every time. And hopefully by the final, it'll be as fast as they've been going all day and they get greedy. That's the plan.
And as a racer, you always pick consistency over the home run, right?
Yes, absolutely. Because 1 home run only gets 1 run. You need 4 or 5 of them, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, we'll let you get your deal, get back to it, man.
Thank you, buddy.
racing happens. From my end, I was like, man, it looked damn close.
It was a good race. Out of all those people that round, obviously, I think Bobby was the best pick for us. Unfortunately, we both made great laps. I don't think it was our fastest lap because we were a little cautious going in the left lane because everybody's aborting runs in the left lane. We still made a full pull, so we've made 5 passes, finish line, just starting line to finish line, not having to pedal, not having to abort runs. Every pass seemed to be better, but we knew the bumps were in different locations in the left lane. We made adjustments for it. It's the best looking drive shaft, but I don't think it's the fastest pass we had. Number one, it was the worst part of the day, the hottest part of the day, the greasiest time of the track. We still made a great run, but Bobby just outran us flat out. And the problem is we have to get a handle on these situations like this so we can go faster. We know we're not the fastest car, but we don't think we're the slowest either. But in order to win these races, we got to figure out how to get through those bad sections of the track where it's slimy, greasy, bumpy, and everybody's sliding around. We need to be able to get through those bad sections quicker. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. And overall, I'd say it was probably a pretty good weekend. You got a whole lot of data.
Yeah.
And you can't put a price on that data.
No, every time you make a full pull, you learn something completely, and then even when you make aborted runs, you learn what you can't do, so a little bit of amount of good comes from everything all the time. Obviously, this is my home state. I really wanted to win, make it to the finals at least. I felt I had a car that could get us there if I drew the chips right. I felt like I had a good chip draw, but obviously I got my ass kicked. But I got a bunch of fans here to support me, people coming around buying merchandise. I've been signing all day. And, we got a car that's in one piece, motors in one piece. We got a car that's half-ass fast, not fully fast, but half-ass fast, but not slow. So we'll learn from this week and go to Bowling Green with the knowledge we've gained and probably make some suspension changes, and hopefully we can go faster.
Well, there you go, man. Go say hi to your fans, get her done, and maybe we'll catch up to you Bowling Green, man.
All right, Stinky Pinky, and we out.